C. LaBelle Venus. I am your hoodoo voodoo priestess, and welcome to the Conjure Corner, okay? I am your reader for tonight. Make sure that if you're joining for the first time that you hit like, subscribe, and notify so that you don't miss out on any readings, any tea on this channel, okay? So, tonight's reading, we'll be doing a pick a card over the June 2022 predictions, okay? And as always, there's pile 1, 2, and 3. And I love to start off, if you guys know me or if you follow me at all, you know that I like to start off with a card of the day, a general energy reader of the day, a message from the ancestors. So let's go ahead and get into it for tonight, okay, you all? Or, excuse me, today, as always. Okay. So today's card is the Star card, okay? This is the energy read of the day. This is the message of today for the ancestors. And what this is telling me is that this is a time for everyone to be, or try to, see the light at the end of the tunnel. This is really a time for everyone to try to see the silver lining in every situation that occurs. If there's something that isn't going your way, try to be optimistic. Try to see the bigger picture. This card encourages us to be as optimistic and positive as possible because this means that there's hope. This means that there is good coming out of your current situation. This card, I actually like this card for the energy of the day because I think a lot of us need hope right now, especially with what we're seeing kind of on the news and a lot of what's happening in the world. We have been noticing over the last couple of weeks, especially in these particular readings, that there's been like a lot of chaos, right? So this card, lets us know that there are, I hate to sound like, old Bible toting hoodoo priestess, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. There's blessings on the way. There's hope is on the way, right? There is deliverance on the way. And this card encourages us to look for it. Something that I'm hearing right now is not the time to be dismayed. I would highly encourage everyone who is watching the June forecast not to go into it weighed down, not to go into it pessimistic, not feeling like the world is truly stacked against you. Don't feel like the odds are stacked against you. And if you have been having a difficult time prior to this reading, I also want you all to think about the fact that sitting in that energy and sitting in that depression or unhappiness, it's a choice as well. Yes, we are humans with human emotions, okay? Don't come for me, right? But at some point, it becomes a choice. And this card is encouraging you to not let that be your final choice. This card is encouraging us to, I have a candle burning. You guys cannot see it, but my candle is burning, and it definitely agrees that sitting in this energy too long is not beneficial for anyone during this time. So if you have been going through a period of doubt, if you have been going through a period of discontent in your life, right now is not the time to sit in that, okay? So this card encourages us, as far as the energy of the day, to come up out of that, okay? Everybody make sure that we're seeing the good that's happening in our lives, okay? Make sure that you're counting every victory as a victory, okay? So that is the card of the day, okay? Alrighty, you all. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'll give you a few minutes to go ahead and pick a card. Go ahead and get started with pile 1. Okay, pile 1. What's coming up for pile 1 this month? A lot of you, so what I can say so far, cards are just, Cards are jumping out, pile one. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. That's awesome. And something that I'm picking up as well, this kind of matches the general energy of the season. Like what I've kind of been seeing on TV and what I've been seeing in the news. This reading certainly backs that up. So pile one, let's talk about it. So right now, and I can certainly understand this energy, pile one. Everybody's been kind of like curious and kind of see what happens next. There's a couple of things that I want to point out to you here, pile one. Even if you're not the most experienced reader, you can see that there are fives. There are fives in this reading. This is the Hierophant. This is the Five of Swords. We got a Hierophant in a different deck, right? Then we also have the World, which is actually not a five, but this talks about the world in general. And right now, something for those of you who have been following me for the past couple of weeks or the past couple of readings, you'll see that those fives keep coming up. It's because right now, as the collective, we are all in the energy of fives. Like we are literally in the energy of change. Some of us are in the energy of conflict, and on a global scale, there's a little bit of chaos everywhere. And some of us are a little bit confused. Like we're just, holding on, like, hey, like what we see right here in the Four of Coins, it's like, hey, I'm holding on to me and mine. We don't necessarily know anything about that. We're holding on to what we know. We're doing what we know, and trusting what we know, which is absolutely really important. And that's something that you need to do right now, pile one. This is definitely a season to protect self and to put self at the forefront. I know that sounds bad and it sounds like, oh, but hey, there's other people. But this is a time of us finding, pile one, especially in the month of June. You guys are going to be finding a lot out about yourself and what you're capable of. There's also going to be, I feel like, pile one, I would even go as far as to say, like, there's some relationships that you're going to let go of. There's going to be some relationships that you let go of, but it's because that you come to a certain, oh, I'm just realizing you guys couldn't see my final two cards. I'm sorry. But you guys are going to come to a certain realization about who people really are and what they mean to you and what they actually take from you. And you are going to reevaluate these particular relationships in your life. Not only, and what I'm also getting here, pile one, is that you've kind of had an inkling about these people. You may even know exactly who I'm talking about at this particular time in your life, that you know these particular things about people and you've had your suspicions, but you haven't quite given in to your intuition about who these people are. But June is the month where all that comes full circle. June is the month where you realize who the problematic people are that you have absolutely been holding on to. I think there may be a little bit of conflict. I see you guys possibly coming in a little hot at it, like, hey, just really discovering your value and what you actually contribute to these relationships in your life, which is not a bad thing, right? But I see that happening. I see you finally coming out of this period where you haven't been realizing or fully awakening to what's been going on over these past couple of months or several weeks in your life. And you guys are coming out the victor, and you're really not caring about whose feelings are hurt in the month of June. Okay. So you can definitely expect in the month of June for stuff to be revealed to you, pile one, about relationships. And I think some of your thoughts are going to be confirmed this month as well, pile one. Okay. So that is the read, forecast one for pile one. This is your overall energy read, monthly read for June for pile two. Okay, let's see what pile 2 has in store for them. What can they expect? Pile 2, something that I could say so far is that some of you are, pile 2, some of y'all are workaholics, baby. Pile 2, some of y'all are like buried knee deep into your work at the sacrifice of your home life. Like, some of you all have been working so hard that you're literally like sacrificing that work home balance. The work home balance is off for pile 2. Some of you are really, really into your craft, painstakingly. So I want you all to see this card. Like, if you look at this girl, typically the 8 of coins, like in the tarot deck, like she's kind of, well, it depicted in most decks is the expert craftsman. But if you look at this beautiful young lady here, she's crying. She's crying because she's paying so much details. Spirit is leading her so much in this card to complete her work and to complete her vision. And to make her dreams and her dreams a reality, right? And to bring her goals to a reality. So something I've seen, like pile 2, I can already tell so far. Pile 2, we're in the wands right now. We've got the 10 of wands twice. You guys are somewhat neglecting self. Pile 2 can feel a little bit overwhelmed with the tasks that are coming to them, and I do applaud you all because you are paying a lot of attention to the things that are going on right now. However, whenever you overanalyze, you overact, and you overthink sometimes, and you're not listening to your intuition, this can cause you to be overwhelmed. This can cause you not to have the energy, right, to accomplish your goals, is what we're seeing right here in this particular 3 of wands. Pile 2, there's a lot of confusion and a lot of indecisiveness about what you want to do this month. That's something that you're going to run into. You're just going to have that you guys are going to be overwhelmed at some point. Overwhelmed. From my spiritual people who are listening, because I always get messages for you guys, but for my spiritual people who are watching, you're going to get a lot of downloads in the month of June. However, but you're also being served notice that you're going to have difficulty listening to spirit. You're going to have difficulty listening to your intuition as long as you're too busy. When there's too many moving parts, sometimes we have trouble listening to our spiritual team. Sometimes we have trouble figuring out what it is that we need to do. Some of my advice to you, pile 2, in the month of June would be to take time out to yourself. Try your very best not to be overwhelmed with the things that you have. I think that pile 2 has a lot of energy. A lot of people who are watching pile 2 are very motivated to get things off of the ground. You are very driven, and sometimes that could be overwhelmed. Also, pile 2, there is a message here for you all to make sure that the people in your life are contributing to it. You all need to if you're someone in business, reevaluate your business partners, the people that you're working with, the people who are feeding you advice during the season. Take a close look at that. Make sure that everyone is carrying their fair share of work. Pile 2, you may be doing more than what you need to do or what you're called to do. Make sure that even if we go back to this card and we look at this beautiful lady here, she's struggling. And you see all these other people are flourishing, or the birds in the background there, they're flying, but she's down here and she's hurting. Her circumstances are much different. But what we can take from this particular imagery is that everyone needs support and everyone needs a team. However, something that I saw recently is that the wrong people will always teach you the right lessons. And that's something that's going to be coming up for you guys in the month of June. With the cards that I'm seeing here, the wrong people will teach you the right lessons. I think that pile 2 is going to get a lot of clarity about the people that they are dealing with. Like, I don't necessarily get cutoff energy, but I get there's going to be things revealed to you. I feel like you're going to come to peace with what you can do and what you cannot do. I'm pulling the cards up here now so you can kind of see more of what I'm saying. But there's going to be a lot of things revealed to you this month, in the month of June, about the things that you can do and the things that you can't do. And it's just energetically impossible for you guys to do everything. And you're going to come to a realization of like, okay, well, I can see even people in pile 2 setting up boundaries as far as like, I'm not going to do this again, or I am going to do this again. This is something that I can handle, and this is something that I cannot handle. Really paying attention to your energy levels. Pile 2, I think there's a lot of anxious entrepreneurs in this pile that constantly get into go, 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 go mode. But it's also really important to pay attention to yourself and listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition this season. Also, make sure that we are spending appropriately this season, planning appropriately, not spending without doing the proper planning. And also make sure that we're making decisions in the most sound and possible way, as the most possible way in June. Okay, I don't know how to say it. Okay, don't judge me, judge your mama. Okay, but but just make sure that we're making sound decisions, pile 2, in the month of June, and that we're taking time to self to make that happen. Okay, so that is pile 2 for you all. Okay, what does pile 3 have in store for the month of June? Pile 3. Something that I want to say to you guys early on, something that I pick up is that there's going to be, and I'm sorry, pile 3, because, for some reason, pile 3 in the last the last month on my channel, pile 3 has been getting all the good cards. But something I'm picking up is pile 3. You may experience some type of betrayal this month that really, going into June, really shakes your foundation. And I'm sorry, pile 3, okay, because this has just really been the energy of the season. But something that I'm picking up is that now I have more clarity on the situation. Some of you are going to come to parts of your life where you gotta leave people alone. There's gonna be, I hate to use the word betrayal because it spooks people, but there may be a betrayal this season, but it's not, it's more so their shit. I'm getting that this is like the close of something for you to go on to greener pastures, or this is going to help propel you into the lessons in your life that you need to learn, right? I get pile 3 that there is opportunity on the table for you. There's going to be new money coming in this month, and there's new opportunity, new energy, a new wave coming in to you in the month of June. And some people just don't need to be a part of that. I get that some people are immature, they're impulsive, they speak out irrationally, and they're emotionally sometimes unstable, and that's just not for you in the month of June. The energy of June for you is you all are embarking on a new journey. Some of you are trying to do things different. I'm picking up here that some of you all are doing things that are atypical to what you used to do, and that bothers, that's a part of the reason why some people are like, stank or whatever. But you embarking on yourself. Okay, but embarking on your journey and embarking on this new energy or this new wave that you're on is actually very good for you. This is you in the month of June. Some of you in pile 3 are going to try to take charge of your life and stop letting other people have a say so in your life, especially people who don't know shit. Okay, you know more shit about yourself and about your life than these other people who have infiltrated your life and your personal circle in the past. So I say all that to say, June for you is looking up. This is a month that I'm going to say it because I just heard the word personal development. This is going to be a month where we're really, a lot of us in pile 3 are we're looking at ourselves. Pile 3, I would actually encourage you to look at yourself. Look at the things that are happening around you. Like, look at your surroundings. Look at the people that you are hanging out with. And this is really a time for pile 3. Be reflective. Be reflective over last month. What happened last month in your relationships? I want you all, pile 3, to ask yourself, did you have a hard time getting your life together? Did you struggle last month with freeing yourself, period? But did you struggle with freeing yourself from other people's expectations of you? I get that pile 3, this is also another week where you all need to, or another month where we all need to focus on listening to ourselves and valuing what it is that we want during this time. And pile 3, I encourage you, you can go back and watch the rest of the video, and even the card of the day, actually, because this is where I feel like the messages kind of connect, because right now is kind of a chaotic time where everybody has a lot going on, whether that be on a global scale and a personal scale. And a lot of people are just kind of like grappling, to keep things together. And I really would like for pile 3 to go back and watch the entire video just to kind of see the different messages, or even if you don't want to do that, just watch the message of the day so you can see how that correlates to your message of literally focusing on self. This is a time for us to get our house in order, to get our emotional state in order, and come to a place of equilibrium with that. For all my spiritual people in pile 3, you really need to be listening to your spiritual team. For my people who are well connected with the ancestors, or with whatever your spiritual practice is, this is something that you need to pay attention to for the month of June. You need to heed the advice of spirit. Listen to your intuition. I always use this term, like, what does your gut say? And that's something that needs to be on the radar for the month of June. This is a time where we are embarking on a new period. This is a new age and a new energy, and you all need to be spiritually attuned during the season. So if you are one of my spiritual people, or the people who practice African traditional spirituality, when you watch these videos, part of this message is also for you all, okay? And that is pile 3, you guys. So thank you all so much for tuning in to the monthly forecast for June. I am going to be dropping more readings this month than I have previously. There's going to be a lot of details, a lot of information coming out. So if you did not catch the beginning, I am Honsi LaBelle Venus. I am your reader for today. Make sure that if you need anything, that you're visiting the links below. You can always book a reading with me, a consultation. You can visit my online spiritual store if you need any spiritual supplies, or if you're needing guidance on a specific area of your life. As always, you all take care of yourself and have a wonderful night. Thank you all for tuning in to the Conjure Corner, okay?